What is going on, people of YouTube? My name happens to be Kurtyoy, and welcome to Predict episode 12. Now, things are going okay. I'm starting to get a bit of an average score that is beating quite a lot of people. So if you do think you've got what it takes to be me, then head down in the description. It'll be right at the top for you to click on, and you can cast your predictions on what you think this weekend's scores is going to be. But with a little bit of a twist. I've put one game having, well, it's not really a twist. I just put Mahrez and Vardy for Leicester and Callow for Watford. But anyway, rather than me trying to make jokes, which I'm terrible at, let's get straight into my predictions. So first of all, got Bournemouth versus Newcastle. I've put that as a 2-2 draw. I think Bournemouth are doing well. They're playing attacking football as Eddie Howe likes to play, and Newcastle look okay at creating chances, not very good at taking them, but Bournemouth have been a bit wobbly in the back the last couple of games, and I feel like a 2-2 draw will suit both teams and get them a point that maybe Bournemouth do need more than Newcastle. Newcastle need 3 points, but a point that both clubs I think will take. Moving on from that, Leicester versus Watford. I've got that as 3-1 to Leicester. I think Watford have been good at the back, have been good and decent at scoring. They will get their one, but Leicester have blitzed through everyone this season, and I think they'll blitz through Watford this game, making that hopefully 11 game or 10 games, however many Vardy is for another game towards that streak. And then we've got Manchester United, the boring team themselves, versus West Bromwich Albion. I've got that as a 2-0 to Manchester United for the simple reasoning that I think they've got what it takes. Although they haven't scored, I think 2-0 is a pretty decent result. I think Rooney might get one, as he's been okay-ish recently, and then maybe Mata or Martial. I can't decide between them. Next up, then we have Norwich versus Swansea, another 3 o'clock kickoff, and a 1-1 for this one. For the reason I think Norwich have been good. They showed against City they are not a team to be underestimated. They've been in poor form, but they went there and they stunned City with their performance. Almost flukily got a result with Joe Hart giving the ball to Cameron Jerome, I believe, who just tapped it in. But Swansea will be a tough team. I think they'll take a draw out of that one, going to Carrow Road with the Swans. And then we have Sunderland versus Southampton. I think that'll be Sunderland getting 1 goal and Southampton getting 3. For the reason Sunderland have been good in the attack this season, surprisingly. But they've also been shocking in the defence. They've been awful in defence, as shown by scoring 2 goals against Everton, which would be okay if you didn't concede 6. It's not very good, that. But they go into that game. It's quite a decent looking affair, but 3-1 I think, it will be the average sort of result and the average sort of guess that most people will get. I'm hoping people are thinking the same way as me. Then we have West Ham versus Everton. Yeah. Sorry, I got really confused. That wasn't last week. I've gone with a 2-2, another scoring draw. Simple reason, I think Everton are good, West Ham are good, and I think they'll both collide into each other and get a draw. I just guessed at 2-2 because they're both decent on the attack. Moving on from that, you've got Stoke, who play host to Chelsea. Again, they did it in the Cup and they beat them on penalties. There's no penalties in the league, however, I do think Chelsea will have a 2-1 win. Stoke have been poor this season. Mark Hughes hasn't been up to his standards of good management, and players like Afellay, like Shaqiri have not performed. So I think Stoke will, get 1 goal, but Chelsea will come out 2-1 winners. Maybe good few chances and goals from Willian because he's their best player at the moment, just in front of Ramirez in my eyes. Moving on, Villa play host to City, and I'm going to put that as 4-1 for City. Simple reasoning, I think Remy Gard has a tough job. His first game is against City, and I don't think it'll be very pretty viewing for him. They will lose that 4-1, and the monumental task that will be shown of how much Remy Gard needs to do at this club. Moving on from that, we've got Arsenal 1, Tottenham 1, and I've got that as a draw for the simple reason I think Arsenal have been really good recently. Tottenham haven't lost since the opening day, so I'm looking at that and thinking 1-1. Tottenham do like to get a few draws. Harry Kane's looking back in form. Tottenham got 3 in the last game, so did Arsenal, so maybe should have put 3-0, but 1-0 seems an adequate scoreline. And lastly, for Premier League games, is Liverpool 2, Crystal Palace 1. I think that's a simple result, really. Palace's form has dipped a little bit, I have to admit. They had a good game last week, but I feel like Klopp's men will go on and take the 3 points there and will move them closer towards maybe a top 4 spot. Who knows? But the extra game, of course, is the Charlton, or not the Charlton, but the Charlton-Sheffield Wednesday game, but of course the Sheffield Wednesday game, and I put that as a 2-1 away win for Wednesday. Wednesday have been good this season. We're now 11 games unbeaten. We are slowly moving our way up towards the top 6 spots, in which we would look to grab one of them by the end of the season, whichever one I don't mind, preferably the top 2. But Charlton have been okay. They've been a bit meh, but I think we'll take that 2-1. And that is that for this episode in just under 6 minutes. Give me a quick moment to talk to you about how it works. So, if you want a chance to be winning big cash prize at the end of the season, then like I said, you can go down below and cast your predictions. Another quick thing to mention is that I will be hopefully doing a video sometime next week on how the system works, showing you the scores on the doors for everyone that's entered. By the way, previous weeks I haven't put a required question on Twitter, so some people have entered without putting a Twitter, so unfortunately they've been deleted because I have no way to tell whose is who. So I've got it, I'm going to try and remember now, but if it's not, remember to put your Twitter out, otherwise I cannot actually count it because there's no one there, so no person might get more points than everyone, so no one would win, if that makes any sense. But thank you guys for watching nonetheless. If you like this video, leave a like. Let me think about my predictions in the comments down below, and yours also, comparing them to mine. And subscribe if you feel like I am worthy. And I'll catch you all in the next episode of Predict next week. Same day, same place, my channel. You know what the drill is. Peace.